Today I'd like to do a review on Pietta's replica of the Colt 1851 Navy. I was on YouTube, saw a lot of videos of people firing it and loading it, but not a lot of information on the actual gun itself. The Colt 1851 Navy was designed by Samuel Colt from 1847 to 1850 and was then produced from 1850 up until 1873. One of the interesting features of the gun is the cylinder, which depicts the victory of, as you can see there it is, depicts the victory of the 2nd Texas Navy at the Battle of Campeche on May 16th, 1843. Also, you'll notice the top of the gun, there is nothing over the cylinder. That was a common feature of Colts of the era. And also, your rear sights, you'll notice, are on your hammer. Now, it is 36 caliber. I know that there's a couple replicas out there in 44 caliber. They're not truly accurate because originally the gun only came in 36 caliber. Now, to load it, you would place the hammer at half cock and you would put your powder in, rotate the cylinder, then you would take either your patch or whatnot, put that in. Some people use grease or whatnot to prevent chain fires. You would then seat your ball and use your ramming lever and seat each ball down. It is very important to ensure that the ball is all the way seated down, because any air pocket could result in damaging the firearm or damaging you, more importantly. Once you had 5 or 6 seated, whichever you preferred, you would come to the rear of the gun and you would put a percussion cap on each nipple. Once that was finally completed, you were ready to fire. Now, most people don't know that these guns came with a safety. As you can see, there is a notch sticking out on between each nipple. Place the gun on safe, you would just raise the hammer slightly, set it on the notch, and it is safe. Now, for disassembly and cleaning, one of the things that made this a little bit nicer than the Remingtons and stuff of the time, you would merely pull this notch out, which I have found on certain Piettas can be quite stiff to pull out. This one is not too bad. You would then slide the front of the gun off. You would then clean your barrel. And then you would lift up the hammer a little bit. You could slide your cylinder off, undo your nipples, clean your cylinder. Reassembly. Just slide it all back together and put it back together. Now, personally, I've found the gun to be fairly accurate. I usually use between a 15 and 18 grain load, usually with a round ball patched. I wouldn't go too much higher than that because of it being only 36 caliber. Overall, the finish on the revolver I have found to be fairly nice. One thing I did have to do is I had to replace the trigger spring, which was under here. That broke. And other than that, overall, I think it's a good investment. They're a fun revolver to shoot, and if you know what you're doing, they can be a lot of fun.